Hey there, guys. We've got news for Global on December 21st, and this week joining me to discuss it is DBarry again. So you can say hello, Barry.
What's going on, everybody? It's good to be back.
So we don't have a whole lot of new information in the news. This is pretty much everything we saw from the live stream. So I guess this news video might be a little bit brief, but I can get your thoughts on some of this stuff, Barry. So you've already told me you're not in love with Beryl's sprite. Is that right?
Oh God, no. It's such an insult to his original form to me.
It does seem a little like, just like pixelated, in other words, like low quality kind of. I get what they're going for. Like he's wearing an angel outfit with the reindeer horns, like it's Christmas themed, but it really does seem like 8-bit era or something. it's
hmm
it's really, really strange they went that direction.
It just looks kind of confused, is really what it is to me. Like they
Mm-hmm.
couldn't decide if they wanted to keep it look like a Tonberry or really give him angel wings. So instead they made snow in the background and thought they'd distract us with it.
Hmm. Not to mention, honestly, it just looks like he's using like Cloud's Buster Sword, like a great sword.
hmm
He's supposed to be like a small dagger, like that's the signature Tonberry thing. Is it stabs you with a little kitchen knife? This is like Cloud's Buster Sword.
It's full of all of its secrets.
It's crazy. But the step up is a vision card step up. We'll talk about the card in just a moment, but you're getting rate up for Christmas units. Also rate up for Tsukiko, Vanille, Ridar, and Queena. What's your thoughts on this bundle of four Neos to go up in these? Are these like a good selection to go with Beryl, you think, or how is it?
I see what they're going for because it's supposed to be mostly Earth things. Um, but no one's really gonna use Quina. Ridar's fine, I guess. Vanille's obviously incredible, and Tsukiko's what, a year and a half, almost 2 years old.
Mm-hmm. It fe-
So I don't know.
it feels like Queena is the one out of place here, and it should have been Hope. Because if you'll notice,
hmm
Tsukiko, Vanille, and Ridar are all three of the Earth and Peril fields. The only one we're missing is Hope, whereas Queena does not have the Earth and Peril field. So just she's the odd one out. But there it is. So as far as
Yeah.
this vision card, here's before we get into it. Here's Barrel's vision card. This was previewed on the stream. Nothing special. Is this card anything good? You think, Barry?
Honestly, I like it. I mean, it's 200% killers, one of which is Beast. Beast Killer has become much more common, so it's not as exciting as it potentially would have been, before Neovision's A2. But I don't I don't dislike it. 1,000 HP on a card that's pretty low cost is it's not the worst thing.
Yeah.
We've certainly gotten worse cards recently that they've made us pay more lapis for.
Oh, for sure. The card definitely like, not like bad or anything. It's fine, I guess. But then the training grounds card. So I will say right away, I think the art on this card is really cool. So we kind of know
hmm
what happened to Barrel's art. Is they took the good artist and they said, "You're making this card. We'll give the art to the unit to someone else."
Absolutely. But Kaito deserves it.
Mm-hmm. So this one is a relatively generic card, 140 attack power base, a little bit on the lower end compared to the good cards. That is. The special thing would be this right here. So boost physical and magical damage for against demons for one allies. We were talking about this earlier, where Barry pointed out to me. This one is targetable, and also there's no series lock to it. So this could go on literally anyone for what I would presume to be a 250 single target demon killer. Which is nice, but would you say this card is something that people should absolutely go for, Barry, or not
No,
specifically?
I mean, Demon Killer is it's so common. I can't say so. Because really, I mean, you could just apply Demon Killer with Sylvie and you don't have to wait 3 turns. I will say though, this card does have an interesting niche where if you are in a battle with a demon that frequently dispels. Having a killer auto cast means it saves your action economy a little bit. So I'm sure it would actually get some pretty decent use if you had it. I just don't know if I'd go so far as to say it's necessary or even good, but it certainly isn't bad at all.
Mm-hmm. For me, I'm not entirely sure if I think this is worth it or not, because if you're gonna go for Beryl, getting this card is an extra 6,000 lapis beyond what it would cost otherwise. So I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be worth it or not. Very questionable for me.
Agreed.
Other than that, really, Beryl, all the stuff in the preview is exactly what we've seen from the live stream. So, people heard my thoughts about this a few days ago on the recap video. How about you, Barry? Any extra thoughts on Beryl you want to share with people?
No, I mean, at least he's true Brave Shift. He has that going for him. But otherwise, I mean, without seeing the full kit, it's hard to say what exactly Beryl is, and if he shakes out to be just a true Earth DPS unit, then buyer beware. It's an Earth DPS in the global meta where Earth is irrelevant and Neovision Plus is coming. So if you love Beryl, pull Beryl. If you really want to run an Earth team, pull Beryl. But otherwise, I mean, do what you want.
Mm-hmm. So he is. I think someone mentioned that they were looking at the news earlier. Yeah, so he is a limited time unit, meaning he should be, hopefully have his shards available on day one in the VIP shop. He should probably have 1,000 or 100 shards available in the VIP shop. So, if you do his step up, or even with tickets, that would be with VIP coins, an easy EX2. So the pity is 45k or like 43, 44, depending on the way you do it. 50k if you get the card as well, though.
So if they actually give us 100 in VIP right away, excuse me, and then 50 from exchange, and then potentially 50 from Lapis Replica, I mean,
I forgot about that.
You kind of only have to pull 4, and then he's at EX3, assuming you have all of those resources. So I mean,
pretty good.
It's a cheap EX3 if you decide you want to go for it.
Mm-hmm. So once we have more data on Wednesday evening, I will make another video and give you my final thoughts on if Beryl seems worth it or not. We need to see the entire kit to get a full picture. So that'll be interesting to see. And then they're also rerunning Elena and Elles on a different step-up banner. 10 tokens for a pity, so you have to go the full distance. A little expensive for older units, but, Elles got some really, really nice buffs. Elena's getting a leader skill buff. Also, you're going to be getting a choice of these two cards, the Reagan card or the Moogle card, the Carbuncle card. So what are your thoughts here, Barry? Is this something people should go for? Is Elles, do you think, after the changes, worth 45k if no one has her yet?
So I'm going to be completely honest here. Based on what they've shown us, I think this banner is more worth it than Beryl as a unit to me. Magic cover tanks with a pretty good leader skill inside of Clash of Wills, and then a newly upgraded breaker are going to have more lasting power than an Earth DPS. So I honestly feel like this banner is more worth players' lapis if they're crunched and trying to decide than just pulling for another DPS.
That is probably true. Elena's already shown that she's still being used in Clash, so she's going to be, or she has had, a good lifespan so far. Seems to be still good as well. And then Elles, like we just mentioned, got some really good buffs. So it is kind of true. This actually might be a better step up. Not to mention, I feel like these elemental cards are a lot better than
Much.
this killer card. So yeah, this does seem to be a much higher value banner than the Beryl banner before we
Who
see
knows?
Beryl's kit.
Exactly. Who knows? Maybe people will just get really lucky on video summons, and then they can spend their lapis here instead. Because at a quick glance and thinking of these units as a whole, without knowing Beryl's kit, I'd easily say this is where lapis should go. If you don't have these units at EX3.
Definitely, definitely. And then the upgrades, again, this was all pretty well covered during the live stream. We've talked about it, a few days ago. Nothing new here. Exactly as they've shown in the live stream. So thanks to Tony and Justin for giving us the exact details.
Mm-hmm.
But any final thoughts on these two, Barry? Are you going to now be using Elles Spears in all your Dark Visions teams?
If she fits in better than Kaito, yeah, absolutely. I think giving a breaker an potentially on-demand full weapon in peril is incredible if they already do 90% breaks.
Did you say better than Kaito?
No, I said if she fits the team better than Kaito does.
Oh, in Dark Visions? Kaito? You shouldn't be using Kaito in Dark
Oh, no,
Visions.
no. I meant it just in general.
I can clash you with love.
I think my brain only thinks of Clash's Wills as the only content because I have decided Dark Visions is such a colossal waste of my time and energy. Like I haven't even really run variants on my team yet, which should easily be hitting probably 46 billion, and I decided 30 is fine. So I don't care.
Nice. But yeah, both of these are good units. And then another Season 4 story update with Fina, Metzi, Robed Guy, etc. So, free Lapis, if you're short on Lapis, these are... Any idea how much these story updates usually give? Like 3,000 approximately?
That sounds right. Depends. Sometimes they've given us shorter story expansions lately. Yeah, well, shorter in the sense of there's not as much to do with less Lapis. Not shorter in the sense that the cutscenes are 15 minutes each.
So, yep, there's, more to do on Thursday, which is kind of all we're getting is this and Clash of Wills, which we're going to talk about in a second. We're also getting the producer's present, so 2,000 Lapis, a summon ticket, some pearls, some stuff no one cares about, and some nice login rewards. Day one is 10, or is this the same thing? Is this...
No, they said that we were going to get the producer's present all at once, and then this was the login rewards.
Oh,
so between the two, we're getting all 10, 1/10 Neovisions Bs, but then we'll get, I think, 4,000 Lapis between the two.
Very nice. And on Thursday we get just a guaranteed Neo, so you can get your your Coralie, your Diverti, your Milo.
Oh no, they're not in that one.
This one they're
not in the Bs.
Oh, you're right. Those are before Tybus, because Tybus is Season 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good, awesome.
So instead, you can get your millionth version of
Deuce,
Mermaid Frisia and Deuce.
Vermilion Deuce. I got her again from video summons like 2 days ago. Oh. I swear to you, I think she's like the second one is EX2 and then halfway to EX3. The second copy, I've already got an EX3. She is becoming the Myra of the Neovisions for me. I'm getting her so much.
I think I got another Onion Knight the other day.
Oof, that's terrible too.
Super exciting. Oh, what do you mean? It's amazing. I mean, at least I'm getting Neos. I probably went 2 weeks without any, so it's not the most upsetting thing.
Have you gotten any on banner from the video summons since Dragon Quest? Just out of curiosity.
Yes, actually, I have gotten enough because I didn't really pull for any of the tactics stuff, but I've pulled enough Agrius on the video summon that when her VIP shards go live after maintenance, she'll be EX3.
What? That's insane.
I know.
I have not gotten a single banner Neo since Dragon Quest. I've gotten nothing. Like I get stupid like Deuce and other random Garbo from when I get a red from the video summons. They have just not been kind to me since Dragon. I mean, they were really good during Dragon Quest. I can't complain too much. But
that was the only one I missed during Dragon Quest.
Wow. But yeah. And then Clash of Wills. We get to see the final form of the Yeti. Do you think this final form looks better or worse than the base form we saw during the live stream?
Um, I I don't know if I'd say better or worse. I just think it looks like a completely different enemy. I will say the absence of the purple aura is noted.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I don't dislike it. It doesn't even seem like the same unit. It seems less Krampusy and more enemy from Final Fantasy X.
Mm-hmm. He definitely looks cool for me. I think I prefer the more basic original version than this one. But this one still, again, the quality is very high. No complaints about the quality. It looks really good. It's just a style preference. I like the more basic, less flashy, I guess you should say. It still looks good though. Still looks good.
Definitely. I mean, if there's anything we can say consistently, the enemy sprites from Clash of Wills probably have the best attention to detail of just about any other art facet in the game at the moment.
Definitely, they're usually very, very good, quite high quality. So not much more to say about this. Again, it's mostly information we already got from either the live stream or the monthly bulletin. On Thursday, I will attempt to live stream it, depending on what's going on. I should be able to, though. I don't really have any plans Thursday, so it should be fine. We'll go on there. It is the final boss of the season, so Barry, I guess this is not going to be a cupcake, right?
That's correct. This is the opposite of a cupcake. This is a fruit. This is fruit cake. It's really tough, hard to get down, probably broken in some way. We'll find out.
Yep. So we'll be attempting that on Thursday. And then the other thing to mention is we've got a little bit more information about that special shop. So during the review video, I kind of didn't hear during the stream. It was gonna be for Xenostone. People kept messaging me, "Oh, it's for Xenostone." Well, here's even more confirmation. But a lot of stuff. It seems like all of the old Clash materials are now being sold for more copies. So give me a guess, Barry. What do you think these are going to cost in Xenostone per each one?
So I really hope they're not the same cost as what they were for drops, because then every one of them would be 1,000. Honestly, if that were the case, that would make all of them, except for the two new ones, unjustifiably expensive to me. That said, if they're around like 2 to 500, I would consider buying most of it out. Just because the killer materials are great. There's a ton of great defensive materials in here. I just, I don't know. I mean, I just checked. I only have about 11,000 Xenostone. So
And
if
also,
all of these are 1,000, now I have a problem.
yeah, now don't forget too. This is the last boss of the season, meaning in January we have a whole new piece of gear to buy.
Right.
So that 1,000 you have, assuming you want the highest tier on day one, that would I think it costs like
A
eight
lot.
or 12, between 8 and 12,000, maybe around 10,000 to go from completely fresh to the high tier recipe like rulers, whatever. I think I could be wrong here,
Yeah.
but it's a
Well,
lot in any
no.
case.
Now that they give us the plus versions, then yeah, it's very expensive now. And
So
I just
just
don't feel like they've updated the rewards
mhm.
enough to account for the pretty steep increase in costs.
Oh, for sure. So for someone that has been here since the beginning and they've bought every single original one of these, assuming they're
Yeah.
also going to buy the two new ones, is there anything on this list that you would say is a standout of like you must get a third or a fourth copy?
So I would say Reclaimed Serenity is incredible. That and the two Vengeances are probably the best defensive options on this list to me. Other than that, I mean, if you don't have the equip helm, light armor or heavy armor materials, it's worth having one. Um, the Mystics are okay, but the rest, I mean, it's just killers. So if you can justify the expense and you want more killer variabilities, then go for it. Some of the combinations are pretty decent and cover some more rare races. But to me,
Mm-hmm.
the biggest one is going to be Reclaim Serenity. and then probably the two Vengeances purely from a defensive perspective.
I don't recall the specific race combo, but I do remember for a recent boss, I was using this one, the Supernatural Subversion, and I was like
Hmm.
wishing I had more copies of it. I think it was for the last Clash of Wills boss, maybe.
That sounds right. Let me.
Hmm.
I have it pulled up. It is. It's 4 50% killers, aquatic demon, fairy reaper.
Oh, so it was probably because it was Demon Reaper for the last one.
Mm,
Probably what it was.
maybe,
Yeah,
yeah.
that combo. I don't think that combo exists on any other materia at the same time. That is.
Demon and Reaper is not Carton's STMR. Demon and
Oh, it
Reaper.
is. I guess it is. Yeah. I
It
don't
would be
know.
Demon Human Reaper. In fact, I
Hmm.
believe a cursed being, Demon Human Reaper. Yeah.
There it is.
So maybe it was
Uh,
Fairy on there too. Who knows? Either way,
yeah.
it's good. I mean, it's 4 killers on a materia. No one's gonna complain
Mm-hmm.
unless they cost 1,000 Xeno. Then I have a lot to complain about.
So yeah, on Thursday I'll be streaming this, and we'll see, if it's gonna be broken or not, if it's gonna be crazy or not, or a third boss of the season cupcake could happen.
Mm, could
Uh,
happen.
so we'll see. And then as far as Beryl goes, we will have to see on Wednesday evening if he seems worth pulling for, and if so, I'll go for him on Thursday. If not, big skip. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that he's really good. I'm a little doubtful based on the stuff we've seen, but the whole kit can give us a better picture.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, I'm glad to see that he got a Neo Vision, and even if his kit's not great, if they do just make him a true DPS, then at least he'll have his time in the shine for about a week or two, which
Mm-hmm.
is more than the original Beryl really ever had. So,
Hey, take that back. I used him
nope.
quite a bit.
I said what I said. It's fine. I'll stand by this. I'll die on this hill. Because it's not to say the old Beryl was bad. He just wasn't good.
It's true.
Like
It's
if
true.
you had the options between that or Sacred Shield Charlotte, that was really a very simple choice because Charlotte's mitigations were always better and she had a better kit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but at least for a little while, he's got some potential.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just see if it lasts longer than 2 weeks.
Yep. And I wish there was more to talk about, but it's a slow week. Story update and Clash of Wills, and that's kind of it. No EX fights, no farming event, nothing. So that's
Yeah,
it.
I feel like we're used to this at this point.
Is this though the first time we've had a Christmas event without an event? Like, didn't we always have? What did we get last year with Ayaka? Was there a story event? I guess there wasn't, huh?
There wouldn't have been a story event, no. I
No.
can't remember if there was a farm event though, because there may have been, but
Hmm.
I honestly don't remember. I feel like it's. I remember way back in the day we used to complain about the formulaic, story event, then a raid, then a King Mog, then a story event, then a raid, then a King Mog. And now that they've cut that content in half and spread it out so that you only get an event every like 2 to 4 weeks, it just feels bad.
Yeah, like
I miss the predictability.
exactly. So like when people would say, we're tired of the cycle, the solution wasn't to just stop the cycle and leave it empty. The solution was to
Mm-hmm.
mix it up with new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they've decided just, we'll just cut everything entirely and leave it totally blank, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I'm a little surprised they're not in this week's news giving us more information about the new Clash of Wills system potentially that they'd be implementing come January, but
Mm.
with that new gauge. But
Hmm.
I guess we'll see and we'll speculate for another month.
Yep, I am definitely concerned about that. But again, we have to see the whole system before we
Sure.
can really judge. A few people kind of like jumped on me in the comments of the previous video saying I was jumping to conclusions, but I'm just going on the information that we have, and that's all we can go on for the moment.
Right. I share similar opinions, just for different reasons. So we'll see.
But all right, thanks again for joining me, Barry.
Yeah, man, of course, no problem.
All right, see you guys on Wednesday evening. Later.